Just trying a new link now. 1 second. I can get this to work. Hi, assuming you guys can hear us, this is us trying now for the second time, I think, or the third time. Don't know if anyone is here yet. Don't think they are. Hello? There's a slight delay, so if you can't hear me, that would be because of that particular reason. I'm just going to call and check whether it can be heard or not.
Hello.
Hello. Hi.
Okay.
Okay, so I can hear you now. So I guess that everyone who can join the channel will be able to hear us. Devpriya?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. So I'm sending the link across now.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Sorry, I don't know what happened earlier.
No, it's okay. I tried making it, but it's just not. It's asking me verification and stuff, blah blah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm posting it now.
Mm-hmm.
Put your video on now.
Ah, okay. I look so tired.
You do.
Anyways, I'll just put it on.
Yeah. So I've put the question answer session on at the side. Can you see that?
Oh wait, let me. Yeah, QA, right? Yeah.
Keep it open because I guess as people submit questions, we can answer questions by clicking on them. So then the video will be linked with different questions at different points.
Can you see me now?
So it'll be easier for them.
Can you see me now?
Say something.
1, 2, 3.
Yep, I can sort of see you. As in, I still see a static image. I think you've put your camera off.
I did put it on. Wait. Yeah.
Oh, now.
Now?
Yeah, got you.
Yeah. So where are people?
I have no clue. We will wait until they come online. This is the second time now that they're coming online. Poor things. Somehow there's like an irony in the situation. Computer science people having trouble with computer science.
I swear.
Oh, okay, there. I am opening. Hi, Shri. So I'm opening the questions tab on YouTube as well. So that way, you can ask us questions in both places. Preferably, if you could ask questions the way you just did just now on the question and answer tab, that would be great. Because then the video itself will get tagged with questions so that people can directly jump to whatever they want answered. I will, however, open the YouTube tab just in case you guys have any questions there as well.
I swear.
Um, okay, so the old questions tab has gone away. You guys know that, right? So if possible, just ask questions here or ask it on the Fall Admits page and we'll answer there as soon as we can. So I'm just going to give you all a brief introduction. So
Okay,
I'm Sasha,
Sasha.
and that's Deepriya.
Hi. I guess people can't see the QA section on YouTube. It's there on the Hangout. They need to join the Hangout.
They need to join the Hangout. 1 sec.
Janvi, can you hear me? Are you online?
No, I think Shri just asked the question on the thing, right? On the group. So
Okay.
I think they can, but
So, okay, I'll just.
should I just put the Hangout link as well?
Yeah.
Okay. And this for the Hangout. Okay. Anyway, so right. So we have 8 viewers. I think we can probably start. You guys, if there's anything you want to ask, post in either the chat on this group or put it on the question and answer session or the YouTube video, and we will answer them as soon as we can. Okay, so in the meantime, I guess we can just tell you a little bit about what it's been like for the last 1 year at computer science. Devpriya, you can talk about ML maybe? Oh, there
Yes.
you can see people joining. That's good.
Yeah.
Um, one
So,
sec. Right. So we have 8 viewers. I think we can probably start. You guys, if there's anything you want to ask, put it either the chat and just question and answer session or the YouTube. We will answer them as soon as we can. Okay. So in the meantime, I guess we can just tell you a little. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Okay. So I think everyone started asking questions probably on the Q&A session. 1 sec. And on the group chat. Okay, so hi, I think it's Charvi or Sharvi. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but okay. Great. Okay, you guys can go ahead and ask us questions. So I'll just tell you a little bit about us. I'm Sasha and Devpriya. Say hi.
Hi, I'm Devpriya.
Okay, so both of us are in MSCS. We've been here for about a year. I'm doing interactive intelligence and she's doing machine learning.
And I'm doing machine learning.
Right? So if you have any questions, and we can in general answer questions about CS as well. We may not be able to specifically answer course specific questions if we've not taken those courses, but I mean, we do hang around with a lot of CS people, so we should be able to cover everything that you need. Okay, so
What are the courses in AI especially?
okay, so so how it works is one is you can go to rate my professor and rate my class.com, and that'll tell you per class in Georgia Tech what the general rating is, how many people got an A, how many people got a B, so on and so forth. Generally, when you register for classes, within the first week itself, the professor will give you a grading schematic. So he'll tell you like 30% of the grade is the final project, and 20% will be random surprise tests, and there may or may not be a final exam. It's not necessary. So don't worry about that. Again, each course, the difficulty level of each course changes. Again, it depends on which professor is taking that course in that semester. Normally, by asking around, you'll get a general idea. So, yeah.
So there is a official Gartech. I don't know if it's official, but it's a Gartech site called critique.gartech.edu.
Yeah, that's
And
official.
that gives you rating of all the subjects and how many people got A's and B's. So you can refer that while choosing your subject. So what we do is we keep one tough course and two moderate and one like easy type of, and then go ahead.
Yeah, generally, so as a F1 visa student, you have to take 4 courses every semester. So the general idea is you should take at least one easy subject, which you're going to definitely get an A in without much effort, because otherwise you would probably kill yourself. So, yeah. So now the next question is, I'm just going to go with the course questions first and then go to the GRA, TARA
Yes,
job stuff.
there's a question.
Yeah, so
Sasha.
are CSE courses the same as CS courses? So most courses will be marked as CSE and CS and possibly LMC and different departments. So how that works is with each course that you register for, it will have like a course number. So that will be CS 6601 may be equal to CSE 5342. I don't know, I'm just making up numbers right now. So yeah, so they are equivalent. You can get them in both departments. So normally you can register for either CSE courses or CS courses or even literature media courses if they're part of your specialization or
So
otherwise.
it's like when you go for registration, you go there would be different tabs for different departments subjects. So if you want to go to, you can take CSE courses, and definitely there are, I don't know, not CSE, but for other, like if you want to take ECE courses, there are a number of limitations that it will count towards your degree. But yes, you can go ahead and check the CSE website, and they have a good nice booklet as well, workbook which states of which course does what,
Yeah, and
and CS doesn't have that.
yeah, and I think so. How it works is with registration, when you start registering for a particular uh, course or whatever, it will tell you during phase one of registration that that course will be restricted only to people from that specialization. Then, after a few days, they'll open it up to people from that degree, and then they'll open it up to people from different colleges. So you have to kind of register when your time slot is there. So, for instance, if you were to take literature media course on AI and sci-fi, then first preference would be to people from literature and media as a degree, and then eventually they would open up to other colleges, if that makes sense. Okay, so I'm going to answer the questions from the question and answer app first. We'll do that because it'll tag the questions really nicely. It'll be easy for people to find later. Then we'll look at the chat after that. So, okay, the first one is there a mandatory track to go for if students are inclined for PhD after MS? Okay, so there's a yeah, so thesis is basically mandatory if you're planning on doing a PhD. That is for sure.
Um, is it, Sash?
Yeah, it is. At least if you're doing a PhD, if you, so there are three tracks you can take in MSCS, which is uh, thesis, project only, or coursework only. If you're doing a PhD, it is advisable to take a thesis. One is because your funding will continue all the way to your PhD level, and your advisor itself will probably tell you. Because as part of the PhD track, you'll be required to write and publish certain papers and so on and so forth. The other options you can go with either project, coursework, anything. That's really up to you. So, next question, I guess, is according to you, what courses did you find easy and tough? Okay. So, again, it changes from person to person. I know, Devpriya, what did you find easy and tough?
Well, if in Sem 1, it was definitely our AI course. And what? I mean, it depends. Like, if I'm doing machine learning itself is considered to be a tough course, the graduate machine learning. But it's okay. I mean, you will sail on through. Don't worry about that. So, not just take the courses which you feel will build up your profile and just work on it. You have a lot of time over here, so you can just study.
Yeah, and for me also, so how mine worked was again, we're in interactive intelligence. So when we were looking for courses, also some were easy, some were hard. So the ones more of HCI in the interaction side of interactive intelligence are slightly easier, maybe. But again, that depends on you, how comfortable you are with those subjects. With AI, the mandatory AI courses are, of course, heavy, but not difficult if you work hard. So you can, the general assumption in CS is for every 3 credit hours that you're taking, you're going to have approximately 6 to 9 hours of homework every week. Homework, assignments, reading, and so on. So yeah. Okay, so there's a question. What if a student is not sure if he or she may go for a PhD? Because I realize that thesis doesn't add much value for job prospects after MS. So if you're, so basically you have a whole year to decide whether or not you want to switch to thesis. You don't have to take it immediately. You can take a normal coursework track, take 4 classes in the fall, take 4 classes in the spring, and then in summer decide you want to do a thesis or a MS project and then go for that.
And a good advice would be come here, talk to professor, pick up a professor you would like to work with, and then talk this about the thesis and stuff with him. It would be much better for you to decide.
Yeah. So that question's done. Let's look at the chat again. Is there any other question you guys want? Because you'll have to keep asking us. We'll go to the GTA, GRA, I guess now. So the standard for GTA and GRA is basically if you take a class in your first semester and you get an A in it and you're on decent terms with your professor, you're more likely to be chosen as a TA for that class in the second semester when it's offered again. So that's just the general guideline. Of course, if you've taken some classes at an undergrad level and you did exceptionally well in it, you can always TA an undergrad course. With respect to payment, I think undergrad TAs get slightly less than graduate TAs from computer science, College of Computing in general. But yeah, that's it. The best thing to do though would be take whatever courses you want, like maybe take one of the easy courses that you've taken this time and you've done really well in, and make sure, okay, so this is not like the Indian colleges. The professors will expect you to interact with them, talk to them, ask them questions, give feedback in classes, and basically participate in class, because that is how they're going to know who you are, and those are the same professors who will be giving you either recommendation letters or projects or your TA jobs later or RA jobs. So yeah. That's it. And it's not like all people get a campus job TA or A. Again, there are some people who don't. But I mean, be persistent. Like I remember so I got a GRA in my second semester, and for that I had to follow up with my professor for, I think I went through like 7 or 8 emails, like, hi, just reminding you again. And then I went and spoke to him because he was interested. He was just like super busy and didn't have time to get back to me. So just follow up and be proactive
Yeah.
about it.
So it's just like look for the opportunities in class. If professor is saying something, just keep in mind that yeah, okay, this course is coming up in the next semester, and just go and talk to him that yeah, I would be interested. Don't, I mean, it's not over here that you just go and ask for a T or RA, but you show the interest for that course, and eventually it comes to be like you get an opportunity. More time compute compared to RA.
What? Oh.
Next question.
Oh yeah. Okay, so next question, the tuition thing. Okay, so no, it's not in-state tuition. Actually, that's not how it works. So what College of Computing does, if you have a TA or an RA position, your mandatory tuition fees are waived. So those are what will be paid for you by the college. So that would be something like 13,000 out of the 15 or 18,000. But besides that, you still have to pay for your activity fees, your transportation fees, your I don't know, health fees and so on and so
Yeah, that
forth.
comes out to be like 1,200, 1,400 or something maybe.
Yeah, that's about 16, 7, like something like around 2,000 is what you'll have to pay if you
Yeah.
have a GRA or a GTA. Everything else your lab will probably cover. Again, so there are three types of funding for TAs and RAs. You have one-third funding, half funding, and full funding. So full funding you only get if you are a PhD student, in which case you get this full thing waived. You maybe pay like $1,200. There's one-third funding. One-third funding will be something like I think you might have to pay like 3,000, and then there's like half funding, which means you get paid only by hourly rates. So all of them give you a stipend. It's just the stipend amount also changes per type of funding that you're requesting. So yeah, if that answers the question. Next is on the question and answer thing is a TA more time consuming than an RA? No, as in it's more or less equivalent. I would say it's less probably, because as a TA you'll grade papers, you'll meet with students, you have TA hours which are twice or thrice a week for an hour each. But besides that, grading papers and stuff takes time. But as an RA also, so basically both are 20-hour work jobs. So it doesn't matter, because if you're expecting to get paid a stipend or a TA or an RA, you have to do 20 hours of work. So it's equivalent. In fact, your RA, you'll probably have more time commitment probably, because again, depending on what research and deadlines you have, like I end up spending like 30, 40 hours in the lab sometimes. So yeah,
It's RA is almost like another course which you're doing along with your four courses or three courses or whatever you take. So if you're getting an RA, keep that in mind that you'll have to give that much of time commitment. So because you would want that RA to continue for the next semester as well, so you would have to work hard on that as well.
yeah. So you actually get like graded, as in it's not a grade that counts. You wouldn't get like an A and B, but it counts as three of your credit hours. So you need to take only three subjects if you're taking an RA. So just remember that. That's it. Uh,
Yeah, but also keep in mind that RA do not count towards your degree. So like we need to complete the 36 credits. So if you take an RA, it would definitely be added to your transcripts, but it would not count to the 36. It's a pass fail subject course kind of thing. So
right.
if you want to like graduate in like 1.5 year like I'm doing, I took four courses and I'm having a RA. So basically I had five courses.
Yeah, and again, like so for instance, I took an RA plus only three courses because I had no issue graduating in 2 years. And yeah, so you it depends. Like the reason I'm graduating in 2 years is because there are some courses that I want to take that are only being offered in spring of next year. So you really have to decide your time management. So Abhi Bandhu, if you can put your questions on the question and answer screen would be nice, but I'll still answer it for now. So yes, these are actually different degrees: CSE, CS, InfoSec, HCI. Job prospects. See again. Now you could be taking a very like it does. It's really a numbers game. I mean, we mentioned that in the earlier general meeting itself. I have friends who have applied for 70 jobs for their internship, like 70, and then they got a job at Facebook. And then there are some people who applied to just one place and like got in. So the job prospects is really your determination and how much you go out there to get something. I mean, Devpriya, you want to add in anything here?
Yeah, so the thing which I realized is start early, start preparing early, and start applying early. That applying early is like the key point over here. And once you come here, you'll know a lot more, and it's better to have the first-hand experience than me or Sasha explaining you something. So, like Sasha opted for working over there itself. I opted for an internship. It depends what you like. It is completely once you come over here and you would decide. So
Yeah, exactly. So it really depends on what you want to do. So and it truly is a numbers game. I mean, like for instance, I applied to very few jobs because I was more interested in the research part. So right now I'm working on an NSF grant with my professor instead of doing an internship. So instead I told my lab that I'll work with them for 1 month and then do a grant for 2 months or whatever. So it changes from person to person. Okay, another question which I think Vishaka just asked on the question and answer page is I heard one person can get a RA in other departments too. Yes, it is true. So it's actually easiest for CS people to get RAs actually. I mean, it's not totally fair to the other departments, but it is really easy for us because there are other departments like say architecture or I don't know, name some department, civil engineering or whatever, and they need something made for them in CS. So they need like websites developed, they need new tools built for them. So then they end up hiring RAs from CS. So yeah, it is possible that you can get an RA with another department. Just basically keep an alert, like eye out for any RA opportunities on campus. Okay, next question is please elaborate on the position of graders in Gartech. Do profs really hire them because TAs do grade papers, right?
okay.
You take this one. Tefria, you want to take it?
Okay, so um I mean, yeah, so professors have really a lot of work to do other than grading papers. And once you come here, you'll realize that there are like lot of research. I mean, like ample amount of research going on, and professors are behind publishing papers. And but trust me, the TAs hired are definitely the one which actually get qualified for doing a good job, and they are very strict about how TAs
Are
keep
selected.
yeah like how they treat their students and how they react. I mean, we have like that feedback after every semester, which is like they just yeah, every TA gets and not even this, like I'm a part of online masters program. One complaint for the TA and the meeting is called over it that you should take care of it. that how you should work. There is in fact a orientation session for TA also, that
Hmm.
how they should talk, how they should work and stuff.
And with respect to graders, so how this works is suppose there's a class of 70 people. So for every 70 people, I think CS assigns two TAs, but two TAs grading 70 papers. And suppose there was like your professor says for this particular course, you're going to have one quiz a week. That means they're grading approximately 70 papers every week, and two people doing that takes a really long time. Plus, they have their own courses and they have to hold TARs and talk to you about projects and difficulties you have. So in this case, they hire additionally graders for the class as well. The graders only grade papers with the TAs, but the TA will actually be available for you to talk about problems you had in the class, any concept which you found difficult to explain, and so on and so forth. But yeah, as Devpriya said, it is like it TAs are really good here. I mean, it's because the feedback that you give them at the end of the semester is like something which will either continue their funding or not, and no one wants to pay the full tuition in this college. So yeah, but generally that's about that much for the TAs. Another question that come in is when do people get their cc.gartech IDs, email IDs? You can set it up right now. Just go to Google and type set up cc.gartech.edu email ID and you'll be able to set it up. Yeah, and Georgia Tech gives you an unlimited amount of email IDs and aliases that you can use, which is nice because you can set up like Netflix accounts and have free Amazon Prime and stuff for six months with each account.
Right.
Okay, next is how easy or difficult is it for a student to get an internship in companies like blah blah, considering the difficulty level back in India? Oh, it's equally difficult. I mean, you should see career fairs. The line for Facebook might take you like 2 hours to reach the front of Facebook or Google ka line. I mean, we've stood in these lines for 2 hours at a time on career fair days and waited with our resume until it was our turn to talk to the people. And then you talk and everyone is talking. I mean, you in the end you do realize you're at Georgia Tech. These are like the best of the best who are with you. So it is difficult.
His credit has been reduced to 30. Okay, there's a still even I want to know that if it's reduced to 30
No,
because
no.
even
So
I'm
oh no no. So okay. So I actually spoke to Becky about this. So how this
Mhm.
works is yeah I did. So how this works is for students who joined in fall 2014 or spring 2015, we have an option given to us as to whether we want to graduate with 30 or 36. If we do 30, then the new course structure applies. So therefore, you have to finish the compulsory courses which have changed now.
Done.
Um,
Yeah, okay.
but for the new students, incoming students, that's you guys. For you, it's 30
Nice.
officially. So yeah, we get a choice. So that's nice because I want to do
Yeah.
36. So okay, next question. Anything? One sec. I don't see anything yet. So yeah, with respect to TAs and RAs and all, again, most labs are open and the professors here are really nice. Like you can actually go meet TAs during TA hours. They'll explain any concept you don't understand. If you still don't understand it, you can ask for professors to meet you during their professor hours and you can talk to them. Any such changes? Next question we are aware of for CSE. No, I'm not entirely sure.
No, that's the me.
So if you go to the CSE website, you'll have a contact person for the CSE department and school. So like for instance with computer science, it's Judy Reese and Rebecca Wilson. So you can email them and they generally reply within a day or so with anything important like this. Done. Okay, the next is okay. This is a really nice one. Where are grader positions advertised? Okay, so there are CS has this one really cool thing, which is at the beginning of the year, just around your orientation, called 3 Minute Madness. So
Hmm.
what 3 Minute Madness is, you'll be sitting in an incredibly overcrowded lecture hall, and by the way, get there early because it's so crowded. The stairs are full, the seats are full, everything. Um, every single professor, like every single professor from every lab comes there and in 3 minutes tells you what they're working on and whether they have grader, TA, RA positions open that you can register for. So 3 Minute Madness, super important. Definitely attend that. It's only like a
Also,
CS College of Computing thing.
yeah, that 3 minute madness is something really you should go to. And
Yeah.
also, if even if it's not there, and even if some grader position comes by lately, then there's this email which is sent from one professor to other professor to other professor, and somehow you get it. Like
Yeah.
we had a grade up. How did Sanjana got into grading for AI through
Yeah, yeah,
emails, right?
yeah.
So just keep an eye on the emails and you may
Oh
get it.
yeah. So you as soon as you set up your Georgia Tech email ID, you're gonna get like 100 mails a day. So just make
Hmm.
sure that you're filtering them correctly. So maybe like I what I do is I put a filter. I had initially, now I've taken it off because I got my RA, but I had put a filter on the word grader, TA or RA being spoken about anywhere. And then that came up as important. And then I would read those for sure. And then the others I could just skim through. So again, plus professors always announce it in class. They have Piazza, which is really good, and the announcements will be made there about RA positions open and so on and so forth. But generally, again, TA RA positions are more likely to be got after your first semester. Those are the
Hmm.
professors who will offer them to you.
Yeah.
Okay. Next is when do we get to register for our courses?
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah.
do you know
So
the dates? I don't know the dates for the.
no, I don't. Okay. So when are our no, I know I don't
As
remember.
phase one
So
is over, na?
हाँ तो phase अपना phase two उन लोग का phase one ना. So but
Uh-huh.
what? Okay, we don't remember the exact dates. We can put it up on the Facebook if you want later. But you get you when you come over here, you have a good amount of time. If you come like August first week, you have about like
Two,
five
3 days.
days
No, no, 3 days.
get your
Yeah.
before you get a time ticket. So time ticket is when you get to register, when you can start your registration and
Yeah. And okay, so how this works, and I know everyone really gets tensed about this, but how this works, how the time tickets are allotted is the people with the most credits get their time tickets first. So you guys will all, since you're all starting together, you're all going to get more or less the same time ticket on the same day. And don't feel bad. Like, don't feel like, okay, after 5 days, I'm getting it, all the classes will be full. No, they release new seats with every time ticket slot that's opened up. Okay, so if it says 15 people are there and 15, it's the class is full, it doesn't matter. You might still get the class when you register. So yeah, you do have time for that. And again, so CS department is notoriously nice for letting people into classes even when they're full. Just go to the first day of any class that you want to attend, and then over there, ask the professor to let you into the class. He'll write your email ID and GT ID down, and you'll be in. Okay, so next question is, can there be a possibility that one may not end up with a TARA grader at the end of the first semester? And what do you look for in that case? So, campus jobs, basically. There's campus jobs everywhere. I mean, you can be lifeguard at the swimming pool, you can be working at the gym, you can be being a photographer for a school newsletter or an editor, in which case you get actually paid much more. They release new seats with every time ticket slot that's opened up. Okay, so if it says 15 people and 15, it's the class. Anuj, yeah. Okay,
what just
so
happened?
that was one of the people put their mic on so we could hear ourselves talk. Yeah. So yeah, basically look at career buzz, Google career buzz. It'll lead you to the Georgia Tech career buzz website, which will give you on-campus jobs which are available. So this literally can be anything from photography and or writing a website for another college of architecture or something. It could be whatever.
Okay, there was a question about what the time ticket is. The time ticket is basically only a time given for you to register. It's you will like there'll be a website on which you'll say that your time ticket starts from 4 p.m. So you can start registering for the courses from 4 p.m. That's it. It's nothing that complicated. It's just a fancy name given.
Yeah. So it's yeah, exactly. That's it. That's exactly what she said. So, for instance, I might get a mail from the college, from the registration office saying, Sasha, you can register from Monday at 4 p.m. onwards. So till 3:59, if I try to register for a class, I can't. It's just so that everyone gets fair access to all classes. That's it. And it's allotted as per the credit as you want, so that people who are graduating who have more credits and need a class urgently gets priority. Abhibandhu asked if he can't log on to Career Buzz, if anyone else could. It's possible that your Career Buzz hasn't started yet. As soon as you get onto campus, once your orientation and stuff is done, all these accounts will be activated that you don't have access to right now. Next question.
Does 3 minute madness happen during the department orientation? Yes,
Yeah,
right.
it does. Just definitely attend it. You'll get a mail saying 3 minute madness or whatever. You have
Yeah,
to
no,
do.
in fact, the day that department orientation is, you get a booklet stating these are the next things you need to follow. You go here and stuff. So that's, you would be good. Just keep an eye on email.
Yeah, okay. So Vedanuj asked how many credit hours should we enroll in? So as an F1 visa, it is mandatory for you to enroll to 12 credit hours. Like you have to take four courses, 3 credit hours each, or five courses and then three are 3 credits, one, 2 credits, one credit, something like that. So it's compulsory. You have to do 12 credits. In your entire time at Georgia Tech, you're allowed one semester where you can take less than 12 credits. So generally, people do that during their graduating semester so that they can concentrate on finding a job. Or I mean, there might be someone who's super stressed and he cannot handle it, and then they can ask for special permission for that one semester to be really early. But remember that you can only do it once, so otherwise you have to take 12 credits. Next question is it possible for multiple professors to take a course in a given semester? Yes. So like the
Happen.
MAS, yeah. So the MAS class has two professors, Matt Sanders and Russ Clark, who are my GRA professors. They both take the class together. In fact, it's the most crazy, awesome, chaotic class ever. So they have two professors and three TAs and two GRAs who all sit in the class and talk over each other, around each other, and to each other and to all of you. So yeah, you can have any number of people taking a class. Doesn't matter. Okay, so no questions have come up yet that we haven't answered. Uh, prefer okay, fine. Alessandro or so. Have you? Devpriya?
No, wait. What was the question? I can't see the question.
Has anyone taken a class with Alessandro or so?
No, not me.
No. Who? Do you know what professor he is? As in what class?
No, not really. Okay. Can who posted the
Abhi
question?
Bandhu,
Class?
SDLC, Software Development Lifecycle.
Oh,
Arey, that's
okay.
compulsory now, na?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll all be taking that class, I guess, this semester, probably, because it's compulsory now, at least interactive intelligence.
Yeah, it's compulsory for interactive intelligence. So,
Yeah, not for you guys. So I'll be
yeah.
taking that class.
Which was the next question?
Or Venki Lee. No,
No.
uh, no, haven't taken these classes. I'm telling you, we can't specifically say class specific questions because we ourselves, I mean, we haven't taken everything.
Yeah.
But again, critique.gartech.com, course critique, I
It's
think.
really good. Yeah.
Very good site. It'll give you like if a professor grades on a curve and then how many people get a B, or if he's really strict or he's very lenient, or if the final exam is like optional. All this is on that site.
Also, for the first week, you can sit in any number of class you want, and you can just check what professor is teaching and how he's going to grade. So that time you will have a good time to interact with professor, and you will know that whether you should take that course or not, and how the professor is.
Yeah. And so Vishaka's asked housing related question. Yeah, actually we can because Devpriya lives off campus and I live on campus. So since there's no other CS specific questions that have come in at the moment, we can answer any housing questions you have. But then if there's any CS question, those get priority, obviously. So what question do you have?
um,
Mm, in the meantime, just random info. So the professors here are awesome. Okay, like they're complete total geeks. So like you'll find professors in the middle of their lecture will refer to Star Wars and Star Trek and how AI in that was made and interesting stuff like that. So yeah, definitely it's a very, very cool experience studying in this country. I mean, they are so passionate about their subjects. It's something that you don't see very often in India.
yeah. And someone asked that 30 is 4, 4, and 2. Yeah, that's right. So
Yes.
if three credit goes, then how does that
Oh, so
work?
you don't, okay, that's what I told you. So one semester in your entire time at Tech, you're allowed to petition Georgia Tech to let you take less courses and less
That's like
credit.
reduced overload kind of
Yeah.
thing, name it as.
Yeah. And again, see, I don't know whether, Mahita, if you looked at the courses that you want to take, because what I've seen normally at Georgia Tech is people have the opposite problem. They want to take 50 courses because these courses are so cool and they don't have I mean, they're like, which ones do I drop? So I don't think you're going to have a problem where you'll be wondering, how do I take less? You can take more. You can take 12 in every semester, or you can take 15 in every semester. So it really depends on you. Like next semester, I'm taking 5 courses in a GRA only because they're such cool courses and I will not get access to them again. So yeah, it's completely up to you.
Okay. So there was one question of about converting MS to PhD. I
Oh,
am,
you have to
yeah,
give
Sasha, would
calls.
you like to answer that?
Yeah, so you'll have to sit for quals or qualifiers over here. So that'll be a written qualifier exam and an oral qualifier exam. Your written qualifier exam will, besides critiquing papers and stuff, will be I don't know, all your theory and knowledge on that particular subject will be tested to like the ultimate level. And if you fail, you do it quals again after another few months. But the oral exam is generally you'll be critiquing a technical paper. And when I say technical paper, I mean the most technical paper you can get on a subject that your professor probably knows you're not very fond of. And and that paper will have like 70, 80 references, and then you'll have to go through all those references because your oral paper will ask you about what different people have done in the literature survey, in the references section, why they were quoted, what the difference in the studies are, and so on and so forth. It is easy to convert your MS to a PhD. You do, however, have to still pass quals to qualify for the PhD. Next question, can you elaborate about what are project or non-thesis MS things? So yeah, you can take a qual in the first sem if you want. I have a friend who just finished his qual. I would suggest don't. I would suggest take your qual in the second sem here just so you get a hang of the course load, because working for your qual is something which is incredibly heavy. And then doing that with the first time you're in the US and you have no idea what the course load is going to be like with projects and homework and stuff, it will be difficult. Okay, I'm just going to do this in order. Can you elaborate on project and non-thesis MS thing? So, oh God, there's so many questions in the Q&A also. Okay,
Mhm.
so project on thesis is basically, so you can do a thesis option, or you can do a project option, or you can do coursework option. Coursework option means you do 36 credits or 30 credits of only pure coursework. Project option means you'll talk to, after like a semester or so here, you'll figure out what professor is working in a field you're interested in and ask him, petition to do a MMS project under him so that we research into a particular field, and your project will be whatever the completion of that research would be. So for me, it's right now game AI and narrative intelligence is what I'm working on. But yeah, again, that changes from professor to professor, interest to interest. It could be databases, it could be whatever. And finally, you have what is it, thesis option. So thesis option is not only do you do a project and research, but you also have to defend it and write a dissertation and whatever else. Okay, next question. I'm doing the questions section first, so if you want, put questions there because it just comes in order. It's easier for us. Does choosing a thesis option guarantee some sort of funding? Is it possible to choose thesis option and get no funding? Yes, it is. Again, so I have a friend who did not get funded for like a semester or two, but then now he's got funded. So your funding, it doesn't depend on your professor. It depends on the industry and whatever that is funding your project. So your professor may have this brilliant research that he's working on, but he may not be funded at all. And then while you're working on it, he'll show the results to different people at conferences and so on. And then he gets funding and then he will try to fund you. So it's not compulsory that you get funding. They will try. I mean, if you're doing a thesis under them, they will really, really try. And you're more likely to get funding than a TA or an RA. But again, it depends. So the way professors in College of Computing do it is that if you're doing a thesis, they'll also hire you as, if they don't have funding specifically for your thesis, they'll try to hire you as an RA or a TA so that
Hmm.
they can pay you through that means at least temporarily. But that also means that if you're hired as a TA or an RA, you have to do the TA RA work along with your thesis work. But yeah, some type of funding is, they try. Next question is, Sasha, can you show us the video of on-campus housing? I will I will post that in the Facebook group in a little while. I have to upload it from my phone. So yeah.
There
Next,
was a question, right, that interviews. Are you going to question answer or
I'm
that's
doing like actually I'm doing a mix of whichever looks most CS related and
okay?
shows up. If possible, guys, please put in your questions in the question and answer section. It makes it easier for us. Okay. Dev Priya, answer.
Yeah, there was a question right in the chat, I guess, that how the interview questions related to specialization. So, not really. Normally, it's algorithmic based, like whatever the normal CS algorithm they ask for. But then like they are specific to that position, not technical, but what would your ideas be, kind of that if you would be taking up the job then. So get hold over the algorithms and all the basics, right? So you'll be good in the interviews then.
Yeah, and so there's like multiple interview rounds. Like the bigger the company, the more rounds there are. Google has like 5 or 6 rounds. Apple has like four rounds on its own. So the first round will generally be you at a career fair or career buzz handing them your resume and blabbering on about yourself. Hey, I did this project. This is so cool to your team. I think this is very relevant for you. Blah blah blah. You'll have okay. So you need to perfect your elevator pitch. Don't worry about that right now. Georgia Tech teaches you how to do that. So you'll have an elevator pitch, which will be about 1 minute of you telling them about yourself and what is relevant to them. Once that's done, they'll ask you questions on your resume and then they'll mark it as are they interested in you or not. Then the second round of interview will be technical. There they'll ask you programs in whatever language you choose, like Python or C or whatever. And they can ask you algorithms, they can ask you search, they can ask you a linked list, dictionaries, whatever. And then the third round is also in technical. And then the fourth or fifth round will be HR again, and then you're done. Uh, Then what specialization is Georgia Tech CS known for? I don't know. This question is
Not
difficult.
even me. I mean, it's this Georgia Tech CS in itself is considered to be one of the best. So,
Yeah.
irrespective of what specialization you are, you will be good.
And honestly, the projects done in every specialization just blow my
Just
mind
was,
away. They
yeah, yeah.
completely blow my
Very
mind away.
overwhelming sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, you just listen. I would just look at the subjects that you're interested in because, I mean, it's just insane how awesome the classes and the projects here are. Whether you're
Yeah.
in graphics or you're in databases and you're doing something completely new or big data or interactive intelligence, it's insane research work done. So don't worry about that. Okay, going back to Q&A. Uh, okay, I'll go to the housing questions in a few minutes. Okay, but there are only housing questions. Fine. So, Devpriya, your question.
Okay, where exactly do you live? How early did you take your accommodation? Also how much does it cost you? Okay. So I live at 9:35 m and it was already talked about in the general meeting, but I'll repeat it. So it's like 10 minutes walk from the College of Computing and Klaus building where our lectures are. So I prefer 9:35 m. If I'm not wrong, I booked it around June and July first week, and since we had to book it like from July first week, I also paid a prorated rent like 15 days when we were not here, but we paid that rent as well. And we are five girls staying in that one apartment, which is a two-bedroom. It's a pretty big apartment, um, and it's a bit expensive. Including utilities, it comes out to be like 400 per person, including all the utilities like water, power, sewage, um, gas, everything. So that is a bit expensive, but we like the area. The area is good and it's pretty much very near. The Stingray stop is just like 2 minutes walk away from 9:35. So yeah, that's where I hope I answered your questions. Yeah.
Okay, so next question is, do profs have their own research problems or do they prefer students to do propose problems? Okay, so it's a mixture of the two. So you can go up to a professor in a particular stream and say, "Hey, I'm really interested in the work you're doing. I have this idea and I want to do this." Or if not, then you can go to the professor and say, "This particular area interests me, but I'm not sure what is cutting edge research in this or not. Can you suggest something for me to do?" Or other way. Like you can choose the thing you want to work in or the other way around. It's totally up to you. Doesn't matter. Next question. Is it possible to change roommates? So see, this is how it is. If you and someone else want to swap roommates, if all those four, suppose there were two people in one house, two people in another house, and you wanted to swap roommates, if every of those four people are okay with it and you all within yourselves can decide who wants to switch to which house, you can ask on campus housing. But in general, what is done is in the middle of the sem only because no one wants to lift all their portly of saman and move from one house to another house. Okay. Are they all these questions? Let me just look at the Q&A, the normal chat in case there's more CS questions which we give priority
I guess
to.
there was one which popped out from somewhere.
Which specialization is asked? Okay, for interactive intelligence, which are the most sought after courses? Oh, so okay, this is actually pretty cool. So it really depends on you because okay, I came to interactive intelligence thinking I would be more interested in the NL, not in NL actually, more of the AI machine learning part of it, and then probably be switching to machine learning eventually. But then I sat for one professor, Mark Riedel's class, which was AI storytelling in virtual worlds, and I got completely hooked into narrative intelligence. So on the other hand, I have a friend who's doing interactive intelligence who's doing a special problem on robotics instead, on making a robot learn how to understand gestures. And then another friend who is doing interactive intelligence, who's doing pure NLP related things. And then another one who's doing MAS, mobile apps and services. So again, totally your call. I would say go for the first week of every class that you think you may be interested in, and then just figure it out. So yeah, I'm more into game AI and narrative intelligence at the moment. Talking about job prospects, is it true most people go to consultancies?
Hmm?
No.
No, not true. Not that
Uh,
true. I did
um,
not find any consultancy job as much. I
have you
mean,
seen any?
no,
That we know? No.
no, nothing, none, I guess.
No, it really depends on you, Ray. I mean, what all you apply to. I told you, like, people apply to 70, 80. My roommate applied to 90 jobs and then got Autodesk for a tool that does environmental something or the other. So,
Oh, rumor you
yeah,
hear.
yeah, don't listen to those.
It's okay.
Yeah, okay, question and answers again. I think we're back to housing, unless there's more CS. No. Oh yeah, any off-campus housing near the CS? Okay, so Home Park is semi-shady. I don't know how
Semi-shady,
to put it any other way. I mean, there are people who have been beaten up there, but then again, Atlanta in general is not completely safe. Don't walk around in the middle of the night, obviously. So CS department, I would say, okay, Atlantic Station is the furthest you can get from Georgia Tech in general. So it's not like Atlantic Station is close to CS. Atlantic Station is far from everything. It's on
yeah, it's
17th
like
Street. So
entire community stays like far.
yeah, there's no bus or something that takes you there. You'll have to walk from 17th to 14th to get the nearest bus. And that also is very iffy in its own right. And considering you're a CS students or any other students in Georgia Tech, you'll be staying in the library till, I don't know, like 12 at night, 1 at night. So make sure you guys choose a safe place to stay in general. If you're in Atlantic Station, at least have like a walking partner who goes home with you in the night just to be safe and buy pepper spray. But yeah, so Atlanta, but off-campus housing near Georgia Tech is generally 10th Street, Home Park area, 935 M side, so the whole of Marietta side, that Marietta Street side.
Yeah.
That's about it, off-campus way. So with
To
respect to off-campus housing, there's a link Apurva's put up on a document in the fall admits group, which will have a list of like a heat map of where students generally stay. You could look at that. Okay, next. Do research labs come to hire MS students or only PhD students? Both.
Yeah, they do come. It's just that how good you are at your work that they will choose you from.
Yep. It's completely, again, dependent on your profile, what
Yeah.
they're looking for. So, yeah. Uh, what about M Street? Is it safe and other apartments good? You know that, na? Do you?
Yeah, so M Street, yeah, they are good. They are good little apartments. Fact, yeah, it's safe. It's a gated community. They do not have microwave. It's carpeted, and the rent is also good. You can con yeah, it is definitely safe. It's just opposite 935. Hello?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's there. Okay, it's just opposite 935, so that Marietta Street is entire thing is safe. So yeah, the apartments are good as well.
Oh, yeah, they have really nice carpets. I know it doesn't make sense, but it's nice when people stay over, sleep on the carpet.
935 has 2 star on Yelp. I mean,
Yeah,
when you have to choose between money and proximity to campus, who cares about Yelp?
that is true. Can you tell us a few research jobs or companies in ML and NLP? Dude, everything like Facebook, Google,
Today,
Yahoo,
every other
eBay,
company is ML
Amazon.
and NLP. Yeah.
Uh, Autodesk does NLP as well to some extent. ML is like big data. Every company does big data almost. So don't worry about that. What is the typical RATA funding amount? So It's approximately, so you get about 13,000 per semester as your tuition waiver, 12 to 13,000. It could, TAs, I think between 9 to 12, and RAs are between 10 to 12 or 10 to 13,000 as a tuition waiver. Besides that, you get a stipend. The stipend amount changes depending on whether you're a full TA, full funding, half funding, or one-third funding. So it can be a stipend from $15 an hour to $20 an hour to $23 an hour. So you get a stipend plus you get the tuition waiver. That's it. Do you have any idea about Envoy on North Side? I have no idea.
Not even me.
Never. I don't know anyone who stays there also, so no idea. Sorry, Aditya.
Do
Then let's
they
see.
really
Yeah.
hire for these positions? Which positions?
What?
Do
What?
they really hire for these positions?
I don't know what you're talking about.
There's a question.
Oh, I don't see it. Oh, okay, fine. Oh, which position? Oh, the ML big data. Yes. I
Oh
mean,
yes,
yeah. Oh, definitely.
of course.
I mean, yeah. They get hired for everything. I'm telling you, Georgia Tech has such a wide variety of specializations, and the career fair and the opportunities you get are so wide. You will get hired for everything. I mean, it's not you have to be following up. You have to do everything on your own. But yeah, you do get hired. Oh, thank you. Um,
There's an impression that 2 years is going to be a less. Oh
oh
yes,
yes,
oh
that's
yes,
for
yes,
sure. Yep.
yes. I
I
just want to stay here for as long as I can.
It's much too less. Seriously, like I'm the only reason I'm considering PhD, which I'm not by the way, but if the only reason I would think about PhD is because I wouldn't want to leave tech. It's insane. I mean, oh yeah, we can talk to you about little life at tech as well, right? So I do a lot of clubs and activities as well. It's not just just to give you an idea of what a chaotic schedule is like. It's not just like classes at tech. Don't
Mm,
do only classes at tech. If anyone tells
do
you to
not.
do that, you are missing out a major part of the experience.
Yes.
Join clubs that you're interested in. For instance, we spend a lot of time with India Club. Like it's about an hour or two a week on working on India Club work, which is like festivals, activities, networking events, cricket, so on and so forth. But besides that, I'm doing SG. Are you doing SG in the fall, Devpriya?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, do SG, it's good. Okay, so the coolest, I mean, my favorite club is definitely SGA. So SGA lets you actually make a difference on campus. So if you guys get a reduced tuition this semester, I mean, you guys are getting whatever, $150 less than we were from activity fee. That's because of SGA. Similarly, your transportation is probably going down slightly more. That's again because of SGA, something we're doing. Housing, we're trying to reduce rates. It's again SG. SG is the Student Government Association, and it's not like so we listen to clubs and organizations from across campus that come to us and ask us for funding for events they're doing, for conferences they're going to, and we decide whether they should get money for a particular thing or not. But besides that, we also involved with policy, which is pretty
Sasha,
cool.
there are questions coming up.
Oh, okay, cool. So questions now. I thought there was no question, so we'll do this.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. How frequently do profs interact with students? Every day.
No, no, no. Okay, so if you have like a special problem or a special problem under a professor,
Like
like
once
you,
a week.
yeah, so once a week, the professor meets you and checks on the progress. So
But
yeah,
yeah, but if you're doing an RA or a TA, then every day. Then you'll be
yeah,
working
then that's
alongside.
like you are almost in the lab for 24 into 7.
Yeah, so there's a difference. Special problem versus RA TA. So yeah.
Yeah. So next, what do people generally do in summer? What are the options? So normally people, it's a trend that they go for internship, MS master students.
Or
Um,
you could do
yeah,
research.
yeah, but even you can do a research like Sasha is doing. She can explain.
Yeah, so Devpriya can explain internship. So how internship work is you have to take a OTP, OPT. Ah.
No, I'm doing a CPT. So
Oh, you're
OPT is only after you graduate.
oh
So you
yeah, right.
save those months for as long as you can on your F1 visa. CPT is the internship will be recorded on your transcript. So it's win-win situation, and you don't use your OPT months as well. So that's cool. I mean, you start early. So it's not like if you don't get an internship the life ends. It's nothing like that. You definitely awesome research going on. You do that. You can take summer courses as well.
Yeah, and okay, so with respect to research in the summer, so it's not only like internshipy stuff. You can do research, you can work on grants with your professor. I've had students who didn't get internships who actually just decided to do independent projects on their own, and so on and so forth. Then there's another student who went hiking across the US. So it doesn't, you don't, it's not like you have to do work related things. Obviously, it's better you do an internship or research because it's good for your profile. But
Right.
everyone normally does like a 2 month internship research and then they take 1 month off to do something or the other. Like, for instance, I'm coming to India, and so on and so forth. Okay, so with respect to, I think we hopefully answered the summer question. If
We
you have any
tried.
more, you
Yeah.
can ask. So Vishaka, I'm taking both half questions together. So, right. So again, I was with respect to I was telling you extracurricular activity. So I'm probably one of the people most involved in these things on campus.
True.
I have like 8 clubs that I do, and I spend a really good amount of time with all of them. So there's 12 credits of courses or 13 or 15 depending on the semester, and that each of the courses will have, for each credit of course you do 2 hours of work, assume. So it's 3 hours. If your course credit is 3 hours, you assume at least 6 hours of homework. But then that also leaves you with a lot of free time between classes, around classes, after classes. So I do SGA, which is Student Government Organization Association. There's ICGT, which has a really lot of very, very cool events and stuff through the year. So there's India Club. There's video game design, which I'm part of. So I do video game design in my free time. And then mobile apps and services, my GRA. Then I'm also starting a book club and a bunch of other things. So you have time. It is purely time management.
And the most important thing, you will definitely have time to learn cooking, and that's, trust me, it's almost like joining a club. You'll find everything over here for to cook great food. So that you need to take out time. You just can't do only homeworks and assignments. You definitely can't do that.
Right. So yeah, that's totally true. So you will have to be you'll so what you generally end up doing is whoever your roommate is, you kind of decide with them. One day you cook, one day they cook. And I know you have a habit in India right now that you cook something new at every meal. You just don't have time for that. So what we end up doing is with me and my roommate on Saturday, Sunday, we both cook and we cook for the whole week. And then we're sorted. Then we just take out food and heat it up. So yeah. So there's a lot of time. Okay, let's see, it's pure time management again, Vishaka. So I would say start using the calendar on your phone and then never stop, because I put in project times, meeting times, assignment times, class times, everything on my calendar. That's why I have a lot of time.
Okay, where do people generally go for internship? Also, what do people do as a special problem? Is it some kind of project work or being a part of research team? Okay, so first question, where do people, okay, generally go for internship? Everywhere.
If you mean place, it's literally US, Europe, Germany. I have people who I know are going to Dubai. Totally
Yeah,
up to you. If you mean companies, literally any company you can think of,
yeah,
small, big, startup, alumni, whatever.
yeah. So what do people do as a special problem? Special problem is a small research under your professor which goes for one semester. You can just show an interest with the professor that I would like to have something to do research in some topic, and the professor gives you topic. Or there is an ongoing research already,
I'll I'll
and you
I'll
join
mute
that.
it. I'll just
So
mute it
Sasha
now.
can explain.
Hello. Can everyone just mute their mics if you're not Devpriya or me, because it'll get
Yeah,
noisy.
just a minute, Sasha.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
be back.
Bhavishya, can you mute your mic? Yeah, okay. Okay, I'll answer the question in the meantime. So I think you all were asking about special problem. So how special problems work is, yeah, again, you either have an ongoing project or lab assignment that you join, or you do a new problem with your professor and you research on that on your own. And this special problem can generally leads to either a master's project or a grant proposal or a thesis or something like that. So for instance, right now I joined and these give you course credits as well. So right now I'm in a special problem that does bio-inspired design. So it's AI giving you bio-inspired design. So for instance, a very stupid example would be a hammer is based on the shape of a woodpecker. So it kind of does semantic analysis of biological texts and NLP and stuff, and then gives you something. So yeah, there's a lot of special problems which are different professors are doing, and you just have to, during 3 minute madness, identify the professors you would like to work with. Um, special in continuation, special problem accounts for 3 credits. You can also take it for 6 credits if you think it's that much heavy as work. You can, it's like it's flexible, but in general, I would say take it for 3 credits. Take 3 other classes, because one is so you'll have to take only one special problem which counts for credits in your full one a master's degree. The others will be part of, like, it, as in one will count towards your graduation credits. Everything else will count towards I don't know, your, like, it's part of the 12 credits that you need as an F1 visa, but it doesn't count towards your graduation. So yeah, it's your decision. Um, then the next question is, how frequently do MS students get to publish papers? Is it fine to come? Yeah, it's absolutely fine. There's a majority of people haven't published papers before. If you're working on a special problem or a research thing, or even like a project that you think is interesting enough, you can ask your professor to help you with the publishing a paper for the first time. They are more than happy. Like our AI professor, Thad Stana, so chilled out. We did really cool projects with him. At the end of it, he was like, okay, you need to publish this because this is really cool work you've been doing. So work with him.
Very
Uh,
good.
okay, so we already covered this next thing, which is difficulty and workload level. Go to coursecritique.gartech.edu or critique.gartech.edu. It will tell you how difficult or hard courses are, people, average number of students who got a A, B, and so on and so forth. You should definitely balance your courses. I would suggest, yeah, one hard, two medium, one easy is great, or three hard, one. Basically, one easy is necessary for sanity.
Hmm.
Okay. Is there anything in the chat? Oh, there is.
Requires the student. Oh, is there something in the chat?
Yeah. I'm thinking of taking up a special problem in the first semester. No, I would suggest don't take it till your second semester. Only because you don't know in your first semester what professors are going to be like at all. So one is you don't know what they're going to be like, and one is you don't know what work they're doing that you're interested in. So you might, like, I came into college thinking I'm a pure NLP person, and I've completely changed that plan. So I would say, and that's because of the courses I took in the first semester, because I got a better idea of what profs were
Exactly.
working on.
So now I have a special problem, and it's merged with finance. So I did not know. I the only thing which I knew when I came here was I'm doing ML. I took a course, machine learning for trading. I got so interested into finance that I'm doing a special problem, something related to finance. So just give yourself a time for the first semester, learn what you would like to, what you would think about yourself for doing for the next years, and then go and talk to professor.
And see, again, you can only, your special problem counts towards graduation just once. Okay,
Yeah,
so after that, it counts as course credit, but not graduation. So if you want it on your graduation record, it should be a project that you are 100% interested in, because that's going to be on your transcript. So make sure you don't take it in the first time, only because you might end up in something you don't want, or even worse, you realize that you're interested in a very different field from what you initially thought of.
exactly.
So PhD program after MS. So we kind of covered this a little earlier, Bhavishya, which is you need to do qualifier exams. So could you just, if you just Google PhD program Georgia Tech, it has a list of qualifiers that you have to take and the preparation you have to do for that. So it's fine. It's not too difficult. If you want, we can take this offline later, and I can connect you with people who are doing PhD in CS, and they'd be better guides. Okay, what do you do as a student involved in research? Like, do you code? And yeah, you do all of the above.
Everything. Right from reading papers, reading past research, experimenting with the code, trying to get the required output, proving the hypothesis.
Everything.
I mean, it's it's like
Dis yeah,
everything.
disproving stuff, working with
Yeah.
other people to improve something by 1%. It's still
Yeah,
contributing.
definitely. But you code a lot. I mean, you just code. That's it.
Yeah, but like again, so like the type of research that you do, it really depends. So I have a friend who is doing research. He took 6 months to get any visible results at all. Like he was breaking his head against a wall and spending nights in the lab. But so again, depends on the project, depends on the professor. Some people might just be told to read papers for literature survey and analyze the potential usability in a project. Some people might be told help with our code refactoring. It depends project to project. Let's go back to Q&A. Okay, so there's
And
two questions. Yeah.
requires the students to take two courses outside the department. Is it possible somehow to take a CS course instead of taking these courses outside? What? I mean, okay, I did not get the
Oh no,
question.
okay, no, so I know this. So CSE has this thing, Defia, where you have to take two courses outside of CSE.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, you can take CS courses as well. It's fine. Anything outside
Yeah,
CSE is fine.
yeah.
Preferably, so the thing is, okay, don't commit to something like don't like fixate on the fact that you want to take something outside and or you want to take something inside because it's interesting. Seriously, there are very cool courses at Georgia Tech. Like I'm taking AI and sci-fi next semester just for fun. That's like my fifth optional subject. So uh, it's a good thing that Georgia Tech gives you this option. You might want to use it. For instance, I know for a fact that the industrial design courses are incredibly in demand. Like at the end of the course, you'll have this beautiful product or something that you've made, which will be, I mean, you'll need, it's not, as a CS student or a CSE student, you kind of need a balance between your specializations. You can't just be fixated on CS. You want to learn how industrial student would look at a CS project and so on and so forth. So if you go for say an ID class or an HCI class, you would end up making. So my roommate made a. She had a projector which projected like a Minions game on the wall, and then if she put in the behind the projector was like a magnetic screen. So if she put up a magnet of say, so it was like the Minion is crossing the road, and then if there's a hole in the road and you put a magnet over there, a bridge will be formed because the projector would recognize the magnet and then do something else, and there was like a circuit at the background and all. It was pretty cool. So don't think you have to take only CS classes. The other classes are really awesome too.
Right. So F1 requires 12 credits per semester, right? And 30 are needed for graduation, right?
If you're wondering, you can take only the instead of in the last semester you can take only 6 credits. However, considering all the people we know in the stream, you're very unlikely to take only 6 credits only because there are so many courses that people are interested in. It'll be a problem of I want to take 20 credits and how do I shortlist down to these 4 subjects? So don't worry about that.
Yeah. Any other questions?
I know, is the chat open? Uh, mm, Nothing at the moment.
Okay.
So
Probably will
they're all typing, I guess,
go
or
typing.
not. God knows. I can't see.
Okay.
We wait for a few minutes. What else do you guys want to know about campus life? I don't know. If you don't want to ask any CS related questions, we can just generally answer whatever else
Are
you
there
want.
specific vacancies for what do you mean by that?
I didn't understand. Do you mean like as an
They
intern
are not neither.
or final job, or like do you mean like with respect to campus jobs, or what exactly?
RATA, what?
Like I don't know what you mean.
Um, so course specialization. eh, Okay, I still can't get the question. Can you just
Uh,
elaborate? Sasha, can
so
you just get that question?
I think you're asking if there's like a reservation of registration, maybe. I'm not sure. Is that what you're asking? So assuming you're asking, do like AI people get preference in AI course registrations? Then yes, they do for the first phase of registration, after which it opens to everyone. If you're asking, I don't know what else you're asking actually. Uh, could you maybe write the full question down? Also, I need to kind of take this call, so just I'm muting you for a second.
Mm, everything. Oh, yeah. So normally, how the things work for vacancy for job is after campus. So is this campus job or On campus or off campus job? Okay, so I'll take it as internship. The main part for main entrance for like internship, you get to know which companies have what kind of position open, and rest other you go to their website, apply and all. And if it's for on campus job, then it's on the website, the
But
career.
yeah, just go to Career Buzz. Career Buzz has full-time jobs, internship jobs, whatever you call them, everything actually. So yeah, is there anything else you guys want? And there's no questions. Oh, there's one question. Is there a site for Georgia Tech Library? Yeah, library.gartech.edu. Library.gartech.edu. Um, yeah. The library, it doesn't own. So the really nice thing about Georgia Tech is that the library doesn't just have physical books, it has ebooks that you can issue as well. And besides ebooks, it has a system where if any library in, I think it's Georgia State, North Carolina, and South Carolina, and another two three states, so if any of the libraries in those like 5 or 6 states that are connected have a book that you want, you can issue it and it will get mailed to the library of your college. And then you can issue it from there, use it, finish reading it, and give it back, and it will get delivered back to the originating library. But on the other hand, the library is also very comfortable with buying books that they feel is necessary for students in general. So, of course, if you ask for the newest, I don't know, like fiction, sci-fi book or something, they may not get it on high priority. They'll rather that you get it from the library. But yeah, so it is necessary for us to tell you that downloading anything from torrents is illegal. People do it, but it's illegal.
Yeah. Library is awesome. Why don't you use that? I mean,
I mean, the library has almost everything you can think of.
yeah.
And are you talking about like fiction, non-fiction books, or like study material? Yeah, so library has everything you could possibly want. Honestly, they have papers, they have ebooks, they have everything. So the way torrents work is you get two warnings and then you're fined. I mean, I'm not saying that people don't do it. People do it, but it is completely up to your risk. It does, but you realize this is Tor works on campus, but this is Georgia Tech, and the people who work in the OIT department and the departments that handle these things are also from Georgia Tech, so they know that you're looking for Tor. One moment, God.
What?
Wow. Yeah. So what he said, it's completely up to you. It's your risk. I can't really stop anyone from doing it or start asking you to do it. Definitely not on a public chat, which is being broadcasted to the world. Oh, yes, you can just get Netflix. So once you're in the US, Netflix is cheaper. It's $7 a month, which you will soon realize is equivalent to one glass of coffee or two glasses of coffee, or like a tip on a meal. So don't worry. Netflix is very sasta when it comes to that. Oh, so what you could do, and this is what we all do, is Netflix lets you share. Okay, one. Okay. So I'm the geeky person who can answer these questions. So hold on a sec. Netflix let you share an account with 5 people. You don't even have to pay $7 a month. You can actually have a bunch of people just share the account and use that. HBO now you don't have to worry about. Georgia Tech has cable in all the on-campus living has cable and TVs and gigantic projectors with awesome sound systems, and you can watch everything here. So I watched the Doctor Who episodes on those. Uh, and with respect to limited seats in that, so each class has limited seats depending on how many TAs the professor is assigned to. You can always yeah. So, yes to Aditya. And the specialization, there are limited seats, but they open up as per the need and requirement of the class at that point of time. So you can get put onto wait lists and generally get in. Let's go to the question answer if there's anything there. Oh, there is. What loan amount do you suggest? Should I take a loan that would cover me for 1 semester or 2 semesters or 3 semesters? You won't be allowed, I think, as per your visa things, you won't be allowed into the country without a loan or funding that seems to cover you for a non-funded amount if you've not been funded for the full 1.5 years. So you need a loan amount of that full 3 semesters, unless you're funded, in which case you need to show the reduced loan amount, but still for the 3 semesters. Because the way Georgia Tech works is okay, so we have a lot of systems set up in place so that we ensure that students on campus are not starving. Like maybe SGA does a lot of really cool stuff. So there is a food system where excess food from canteens and cafeterias can be delivered to students who are really low on budget. And most of us won't qualify for that. But the point is, yeah, if they won't let you starve. And same with like people who can't afford to go take a $2 stinger at home in the middle of the night can generally sleep in the library. There are beds and stuff there as well. But the point is, you do need the funding for the full 3 years, 3 semesters or 4 semesters, depending on what you do. So definitely do that. Uh,
Okay. Some of us haven't received the OIE mail for financial docs. When can we expect it? Have patience. The patience is the key word.
yep, you can just email Becky or Judy Reese if you want. If
Yeah.
but realize that she's getting a mail from a lot of people, and if these are two people you want to keep on your side in case you ever want to switch specializations, colleges, and so on.
Hmm. And
If
you'll
they,
need more patience when you're waiting for your I-20.
yeah.
So,
So I mentioned this on the group chat, and I'm just going to re-mention it here. My I-20, I was tracking it, and I realized that it got lost. And then after 1 month, Georgia Tech resent it to me, and then it reached really soon. So make sure you use your tracking ID of your I-20 and follow up if it doesn't come for an incredibly long time, because I couldn't get my loan without the I-20. I think we've already covered the loan amount question like a few minutes ago. So yeah.
there's a question in the chat. Can I ask a question specific to MS Information Security? Are there more restrictions for jobs after graduation at GT? Because you even have special provision for visa, like you said. Sasha, answer, would you? Oh, you're mute, I guess.
Oh yeah, someone muted me. Oh, Kartike. We're talking too much, possibly. So, okay, so how it works is no, you have the exact same amount of jobs and everything that everyone does. There's no restriction as such. The same companies will come and they'll recruit you for IS instead of CS. It's absolutely fine. Just because you have a special provision for visa is not specifically to IS. There are other departments and streams that get the special visa provision depending on what research they probably would be involved in and depending on Georgia Tech requirements. It has nothing to do with you. Don't worry about it. So, yeah, don't worry about. There's no restriction on jobs. You still get the same opportunities that everyone does. You still have to follow up with 100 companies, but yes, you will get those opportunities. Next question. My friend has a MS statistics. His I-20 amount is this much, and he can show up to 66, but after that it'll be difficult. Um, how this is? I'm assuming this is including his loan plus personal funding and stuff. I'm assuming you're going to say yes at that point. But oh yeah, okay, cool, yes. There's not much more we can do in the sense that so I know what a couple of people did is see everyone kind of expects that they could possibly get funding in the far future at tech. So I know a lot of people who asked their uncles and aunts to just ship money into their account until they could show it for their visa. But again, I can't really. I'm not sure. I don't know what you would do in this case. You should probably talk to the bursar's office. There's like nothing ethical that we could suggest at this point. So, uh, chat. Okay, thanks. Okay, so anything
So,
else?
I
So,
guess I'll have to leave now.
yeah, I'll leave in another 5-10 minutes as well. But
Okay.
unless there's anything you guys want to ask specifically to Devpriya, this would be a good time. Off-campus housing, she is good at that, and specifically ML would be useful because I won't be able to answer much there. हो गया तेरा? नहीं चल रहा है तुम लोग का हो गया हाँ yes okay so yeah
Yeah, so Even if not here, if you want, you just post it on the group. I'll answer over there.
Yeah, I would say post it on either don't post it on the YouTube channel because you'll have a bunch of like
Yeah, yeah. Not on the
post it
YouTube
on
channel.
the so on Facebook group I uploaded a document for Q&As where you can specifically post under the CS section and we'll all be checking it. And then the advantage would be that you'd have people who would answer not only from CS and ECE but your MS statistics and MSIS and so on and so
Mhm.
forth.
Yeah.
So definitely post those. And Anosh didn't reply. Anosh, okay, so I'm sorry. I don't know much about loans from the US. You would need to
Same.
Google. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah. Can you name a few profs working in ML? Devpriya.
Okay, so they're like a lot. Like I'm working with Tuckerbalch and he is doing machine learning for trading specific. So and if you want just machine learning, then there is Lee Song. He is
Awesome.
the one who takes the graduate machine learning course. He has a lot of projects and theses going on. Then there is um undergrad professor's name, Sasha.
Undergrad professors, I'm not sure, Ray. See, okay, honestly, 3 minute madness. Best answer.
Yeah.
Even we didn't know any of this. I mean, you guys at least have us like answering questions. We literally didn't. We came there and 3 minute
Yes.
madness answers everything.
So you just be here and you will know that what you want to do. Like I did not stick just to machine learning. I got into more specialization into machine learning. So even in machine learning you would be like more specific to one thing and you would get interest into that and there will be like some other professor working on that entirely. So just come here, talk to professor, talk to people around. You'll be good.
Yeah, and yeah, see, 3 minute madness is awesome. Be prepared to take like a computer with you into the class and just start typing people's names down furiously as their first presentation slide shows up. And then like write GRA, opportunity available, not available, this, that. Neural networks, again, I can't say specifically. Do you know?
Not specifically, no.
No. Again, look up the CS professors on the College of Computing websites
Go to
under
the
neural
websites
network.
and you can check their research and you will get to know. I mean, we all did that thing, so
Hmm. Yeah, best place. Oh, there's also if you have a Georgia Tech email ID at all, you can have access to the Georgia Tech secret Facebook group things. And as soon as you do that, there's a computer science group there, which has people not only from India but everywhere, and they'll probably be of every field that you can possibly think of. If you post there saying, "Hey, who is a good professor to work with in neural networks if I want to work in this particular thing?" and someone or the other might answer.
okay,
Next
I'll take a leave
question.
now. I need to go.
Okay, so I'll try the next question.
What is the next question?
It's ML. I don't know.
Okay, I'll
I don't check
stay.
for this. Ask this one last one.
Yeah, where is it?
Question and answer.
Okay, I don't see it.
Okay, so ML was really packed last time. Everyone was trying to get in. Is the funding for that difficult? Is it true or whatever?
Funding. Okay, so I heard that ML was really packed last time. Everyone was really trying. Funding there was really difficult. Okay, it was packed last time, yes, but then you have like 3 semesters. Like you have 2 falls if you're graduating in 1.5 year to take that course. Like if I'm graduating next year, I anyway have to take that course to graduate, so they will let me in first. And I mean, it's okay to not rush to ML in the first semester itself. You can take your time, take other like on the course website it is mentioned that there is a AI which is prerequisite of ML, and I did take the AI course, and definitely trust me, it helps a lot. And getting funding there was really difficult. I mean, funding for getting into ML thesis projects, is that what you're asking? Okay, so it depends. Like, if you choose a professor who has a lot of people under him, then yes, it becomes difficult. But then it's not necessary you will be interesting into the entire ML, but then you would just narrow it down to like deep learning, neural networks, like I did finance and machine learning. So you will eventually know what specific field in ML you are interested in, and then you get a professor and things work out. So you just need to keep an eye on everything.
And with respect to Abhi Bandhu's question about arriving early, so one is you can't enter that early, but secondly, the other thing is you're not going to find professors and they don't know what you're like, and it's not going to help much because TAs for your fall courses have been assigned. TAs and RAs, most of them are assigned. Some have people they are still looking for, but again,
But
it's
it's difficult for like person
yeah.
who just arrived to get into it.
So
Normally, the professor would say, "Take my course,"
I'll
and
see, we'll see how it works out. And then you participate a lot because it's very important. And then you get your funding, you get your whatever TARA positions according to that. So I know they said that they'll assign in late July, but you have to understand that these are professors that we've all been working with for the last 1 year.
yeah, they
So
they they
they
give
have people in
preference.
mind. Yeah, they have people in mind. They have their PhD students who need to be funded. They have TAs and RAs who they've taken in previous years, and so on and so forth. So while they said they will assign it in late July, like even then, the college will assign it in late July. So if there's any pending positions left, the college will assign it. As per when you filled your admission form, you must have ticked, "Now I want funding" or something. So but the professors already have their own options in mind for at least a little while. So you might get a few positions. I'm not saying no one gets. People do get, but it's difficult and coming early won't help because they still need to talk to you, see you in class, see your participation, then decide. So yeah, is that all? More or less? Is there anything else? I don't think so. Devi, if you want to leave, you leave. I'll leave in like 5 minutes more. Just wrap up
Okay,
everything.
okay, great. Nice meeting you all, and hope to see you here soon. Bye. Bye,
Bye.
Sasha.
Thanks, Devia. Bye. So I don't know what you asked about Jacob Eisenstein, but both of us took a class with him. He takes NLP basically. I don't know what else is being asked right now. Okay, nothing right now. Everyone's just saying thank you. Okay. So is there anything else I can answer with respect to yeah, flattery will get you everywhere. But I don't know. Just seriously, don't let people. I know a lot of people have been telling you all that it's really difficult to be at tech and so on and so forth, but definitely try to take part in all these things because it's very different experience from that in India. I mean, I did a lot of extracurriculars in India. The whole concept is very different here. So do these things. It's good for everyone. It's good for your profile. People, companies are used to seeing people who get A's and or like whatever 3.75 plus grade average, but it's just you need to take part in a lot more, have an all-round profile for everything else. So, is that all? Is there anything else? Okay, so Mahita left. I think most of you have left. I feel like we've answered all the questions. If there's anything else, type frantically right now. I'm looking for on-campus accommodation. You can contact me on Facebook. I'm on the Fall Admit group. I'll upload that video or whatever. Or if you guys have WhatsApp, if one person can WhatsApp me, I know you guys have like a CS WhatsApp group. So if one of you can WhatsApp me, then I will send you the video of the on-campus housing and then you can forward it to the group in general. Because I'd rather really not put it up on Facebook. No, I'm not saying, oh no, there are multiple Facebook CS WhatsApp groups. There were in last year and there will be this year. Last year, WhatsApp had a limit of 30 people. So you guys are already lucky that it's 100. But so seriously, if one person from any of the groups can message me, I'll send you the video and then you can just forward it to everyone else. So yeah, yeah, my number is 404-980-4348. Yeah, a plus one in front. Don't add me to the group. I'm unlikely to stay in any more WhatsApp groups. I have way too many for different clubs and activities and project groups and stuff. One person decide amongst yourself. One person message me, whoever wants the on-campus stuff, and I will send you one video. Is there anything else? If any other questions that you guys want, I can tell you all about general life in Atlanta. So not just college life. We go for concerts and shows and bands, and there's hiking trails. There's a cycling club that does cycling every day. There's holiday trek clubs which do like random crap on weekends. Like they go somewhere scuba diving or something. Of course, different costs for different things, but SGA kind of sponsors a lot of the cost and burden off you. There's movies that are filmed here, so you get free movie tickets for any movie that's filmed on campus. I do a lot of extracurriculars. Oh yeah, I live on my calendar. I check my calendar and the weather app every single day. Those are the two favorite apps in my top of the list things. Also, by the way, you will now come to Atlanta and realize that there is a reason that there is a weather app because one day it rains, the next day it could snow or go down really cold, and then suddenly it's steamy hot, and then it rains again. So umbrella is with you almost every day. So yeah, basically, calendar. Everyone start using your calendars right now because there are people who don't do more than like one extracurricular, if at all, or only classwork, and they still cannot manage their time. Everything should be on your calendar. Team meetings, project meetings, when you want to work on an assignment, everything. Because otherwise, you will just not manage anything. So yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff you can do around campus. In fact, I am leaving in 20 minutes for a hike. So is there anything else you guys want? Get question answers. There is nothing. Oh yeah. Can I repeat my number? But the number's in the chat. So I would actually rather not repeat it because I just realized this is a YouTube video that broadcasts to the world. But it's on the chat and you guys can just look at that over there. So per month on campus, obviously, the rent is standard. So it's about 4,400 for the whole semester of rent. How many for the fall semester? And food on total, if you're sharing cooking, like if you and your roommate both, I don't know, cook together and share groceries and stuff, food can come to about $50 a month. If you eat out a lot, it can go to about $70 a month or so. And besides that, if you say go for a movie or something, or like, so normally what we do is we just like stream movies on Netflix, and on campus housing, we have a gigantic projector and an epic sound system. So we all do movie nights on like Friday night or Saturday night or something for like an hour or two. So then movie costs go down. But if you're going out for movies, the student tickets are something like $5, but they can be as much as $20 depending on what movie you're watching. So that you add on to that cost. If you're a coffee addict like me, then it really depends. If you make your own coffee or you get coffee from Starbucks every day. Starbucks, if you're getting coffee, it makes sense to get a Starbucks card because then you get free refills and you can study there in the library, keep refilling your cup or whatever. All in all, I would say besides rent, your total expenses come to about $65 to $70 a month. So that's about it. And Bollywood movies do release here. Uh, yeah, I mean, we went to watch PK recently. Not recently, like when it came out, not now, but yeah. Why does one live on campus even if it's expensive? I don't have to worry about Georgia Power. I can spend more time doing all the stuff I really like. I have funding. I didn't have in the first semester, but I was pretty confident that I would get funding in the second semester because I have some work experience and everything as well. Plus, my projects were pretty awesome. So, yeah, so I was pretty sure about funding. I don't have to worry about Georgia Power. I don't have crappy landlords that annoy me about different things. On-campus housing has events and free food a lot. I get access to the library. I have Georgia Tech Wi-Fi, which beats whatever Wi-Fi you have to pay 50 to 100, $50 a month for in any other housing. A car drops you home late at night. It's incredibly safe. What else do you need? There's furniture. Don't have to worry about that. It is illegal to download any movies, and this is a public YouTube channel. It is illegal to download anything you don't pay for unless it's like officially free. Seriously, makes more sense to get Netflix. Netflix is sasta. It's like one glass coffee cost. I measure things in terms of those coffees. Uh, There are Indian movies on Netflix. Not too many, but enough. There are, I did not download any as far as I can say. I'm refusing to comment any further. Um, anyway, but yes, in general, that's about it with respect to stuff around Atlanta. You can go swimming and stuff. The CRC is really pretty awesome that way. Like we all go swimming like a bunch of times a week between classes. And it's got like high tech shit. Like you finish swimming, you put your swimsuit into like a dryer thing. In 5 seconds, it's dry. You take it out and go to class with it. So same with most of their other facilities. And that's about it. I'm living in Atlanta. It's not super cheap, but it's worth it. And on campus, I know it's expensive, but it's worth it. I mean, you don't want. I have friends who had to follow up with the water department because they had a leak and their bills were coming astronomically high. So you just don't have to worry about anything because on campus housing, if there's any problem like a shelf breaks or your water has a problem or electricity, you call them, they come in an hour, they fix it, they go. There's no hassle. I can continue working on research. So anyway, okay, so I think that's about all. So bye then. Hope to see you guys next semester. I'll probably see you all during orientation. So bye bye. Oh, and hello. Yeah. Oh, screw it. It's too late. Everyone's gone. Oh, I was going to say, if you guys are actually geeks, you should join Fandom United India or Doctor Who United India, assuming you're into that one. And that just has amazing shit on it. And they'll help you out with books, movies, whatever you want to know. Fandoms United India is a Facebook group I created like 2 years back. It's got all the fandoms that you can possibly think of, from reading and cricket to Marvel and DC to everything, cycling. So, yeah, yes, those two. Really good groups. Awesome people, totally crazy. Doctor Who is for the Doctor Who fans from the sci fi show, but yeah, pretty cool events coming up in India actually. So, see ya. Bye.